And now, presenting your guide through Modern. You know him, maybe. You love him, probably. Here he is, Andrew Tiffany. Crowd goes wild. Crowd goes wild. Hello and welcome to Tier Fun. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Shout out to all the fans, subs, donators, everyone out there. You guys are the lifeblood of Tier Fun. You're why I keep coming back. Said it before, I say it again. Best fandom in Magic, Modern Magic. We'll just say it. We'll let the haters talk about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, Magic Ravnica Allegiance has been released on Magic Online, so we are here with an Allegiance brew. And yes, our first Allegiance brew, Electrodominance, the unfair way. I figured we'd go unfair, maximum unfairness first. This is definitely the most unfair deck I think I've ever played. It plays like a prison deck. We're talking turn 2 balances here, which if you've ever played against balance, the actual card, not restore balance, it's pretty unfair. So hopefully everyone finds this fun. I think this deck's capable of doing some real messed up things, and I hope it's entertaining. I've had a lot of fun playing it, but I've also experienced a lot of people not finishing games against me because of this deck is like a hashtag salt generator. It's a salt mine. So we'll start. It's essentially a blue-red control tempo-y shell, brought to you by one of my favorite Magic Pro players, Shaun McLaren, Arsenal Munch. He was toiling, playing around with a list very similar to this, except the cryptics were in the sideboard, and he had two, I want to say sleight of hands. I threw the cryptics in, it freed up some spots in the sideboard, which I probably wasted. But the deck it's kind of a proof of concept right now. It's like, well, is Electrodominance good at doing restore balance stuff? Is restore balance even all that awesome in Modern? And I think we'll be able to answer that by the end of these videos. We've got the Telerio West package, one of the more interesting things about the deck. For 3 mana, we can get any of our 0-cost cards. So if you're wondering why Tormod's Crypt is in there, Modern's pretty graveyard heavy right now, and it's a pretty low deck building cost when we have Ancestral Vision, Remand, these cantrips, Jace, and Cryptic Command for like card advantage, maintaining card quality for some of those, but cantrips will, in general, outside of Ancestral Vision, that's what they are. We can stomach a dead card. And in fact, we've got these 2 Anger of the Gods, which are sometimes dead as well. But they're basically 100% necessary so we don't get run over early when we don't have the holy grail of As Foretold, Greater Gargadon, Restore Balance in hand. The deck boils down to a 3-card combo, kind of. It's kind of just 2 separate 2-card combos that are somewhat interchangeable, making it a 3-card. The ideal set of cards you always want. You want to see a hand with Greater Gargadon, As Foretold, and Restore Balance. Come turn 3, that turns into you sacrificing your entire board. So you don't have any lands. I've sacrificed all my lands more than I ever had in my Magic career just in testing this deck. More often. It's insane how many times you sacrifice all your lands. And it's the correct play. So you wipe the board of lands, you play Restore Balance, and so essentially we're at parity, but our parity is we have an As Foretold and we can cast anything we top deck. Not the most fun deck to play against, but it produces a lot of busted things. It's also not the most expensive deck outside of these Jaces and the Scalding Tarns. We'll go into that later. I think it's Jason Scalding Tard add like 120 tickets, I want to say. So it's like a 100-ticket deck if you run like Ral Zarek and, I don't know, just some more blue-red lands. Sulfur Falls, I guess. Deck's a lot of fun. Electrodominance is surprisingly effective as just, shitty removal. We swore. Don't tell YouTube censors. As butt removal. It's removal is bad removal. But being able to just cast Ancestral Vision, this is such a good Ancestral Vision deck. And we're going to be playing Electrodominance fairly later. It's also pretty good in fair decks. But being able to have a card that is a fine enough effect in Electrodominance allows us to run Ancestral Vision, almost always great turn 1 against pretty much every matchup, suspending. And then any future ones we draw, which, you know, it's kind of like Sphinx's Revelation. Once you cast one, you're more likely to cast another one, especially when we have As Foretold and Electrodominance. And the game spirals out of control, which hopefully you'll get to see pretty quickly. Great Ancestral Vision deck, and I've killed more people with Jace than I have in my entire life with this deck. This is a prison deck. It's very much a prison deck. Sideboard, we've got Dispels. Burn is a rough matchup. I think the original sideboard had 2 Dispels, 2 Cryptics, so I popped it up to 3. We might even need 4, to be honest. Burn can be a rough matchup if we don't get an early Restore Balance. The original list was running 4 Lightning Bolts. I cut a Lightning Bolt for a Rending Volley, and then Rending Volley has just been really good. I might eventually cut out these Lightning Bolts and add all these Rending Volleys. Rending Volley is just great against humans. Most of the creature decks in general. It's also really good at killing, God, what's that card? The Drake, Cackling Drake. Pretty great at killing that. Obviously 4 damage, can't be countered. We have Shattering Spree. I was running Shatter Storm, I believe is the card. Shattering Spree just costs less mana, and we're often at 1 or 2 mana after Restore Balance. Tormod's Crypt, we have another one in the sideboard. Also, the Teleria West package, so it essentially means we have 4 extra copies of those. So we have 8 ways to cast our 0 mana cost, our suspend cards for free. And then we have 4 extra ways to find our 8 suspend cards. Also, Ancestral Vision, Restore Balance, kind of an ombo, right? But they're just too good. Ancestral Vision is too good of a card to not run. Plus, you can use it to kill them after you have ultimated with Jace, which I've done also multiple times. Hopefully, we get to do some of the sweet stuff, not just talk about it. I've been talking for too long. Let's get in, play some Magic. The Gathering. Oh, I don't know what that was. And here we are for round 1 with Restore Dominance, Electrodominance. I like Restore Dominance. Okay, pretty good looking hand. Pretty much per usual for me. Any hand with an Ancestral Vision on turn 1 we will be keeping. We also have a way to cheat it in play on turn 2, which I guess I might actually go for. We'll, need a red source here. I would like to fetch. So we're going to lead on... well, we don't know what we're playing against, so let's not lead on Serum Visions and just pass the turn. Typically, in this situation, if I just had to opt in a Serum Visions and I'm playing a typical blue-red deck, I'd probably fetch and play Serum Visions there, but with this deck, there are 2 halves of the deck that we probably want to avoid if possible. Okay, this is creature-based deck. I think we're going to be just fine. I didn't say this in the deck tech, but another Remand? I think we don't need that. Land is not exactly what I'm looking for, but that lets us fetch a mountain. Definitely lets us fetch a mountain. So let's pass here. But yeah, the only decks I'm really, really afraid of in general are decks with counter spells, because then you can't feel free to just eat up all of your lands and then restore balance. It's just to only get remanded. Okay, interesting. So this looks to be like a spell queller. So I'm gonna fetch here. Not do anything. We don't need to do anything yet. Next turn we can hold up Remand, Serum Vision. Ooh, there's a Gargadon. We don't have Restore Balance yet, so I'm not going to suspend it. But that is, we've assembled 2 halves. 2 halves. We're assembling the combo as we speak. So opponents are trying to figure out if they want to spell quell this, and it looks like they do. I guess not. So we're not going to do it. Jace looks good here, and we don't need this Spire Bluff. Teleria West is a great rip, so now we can just put the combo together next turn. So if we suspend Gargadon here, next turn, no, it takes 4 mana. So let's just pass. Literally almost spilled and spat out all my delicious brown water. Tectonic Edge. What an interesting build from our opponent. Birds of Paradise, you got it. And they're passing. Sure. I'm not... This has to be Spell Queller, right? There's no way I'm casting anything into this. So instead, we will suspend Gargles. And I am going to shock. Yeah. And do we want to go shields down here? I don't think so. I want to hold up this remand in case there's anything silly. Though, upside to going shields down there is that we don't... Because we probably don't want to go shields down. This could be a collected company deck, not 100% spirits. I don't remember a list playing Tectonic Edge. But we probably want to hold up this remand. Coral Helm. Let's remand that. So we need one land off the top. That's not a land. They didn't play the Coral Helm. Interesting. Always yield. So this must be this has to be Spell Queller. Why wouldn't they jam Coral Helm there? Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Let's get a transmute for a restore balance. Let's pop up our suspended area because that actually matters. One of the most important things to this deck is holding priority, and that's a little difficult on Magic Online. You have to press the control key unless you've changed. How is this not? I don't get it. So I'm certain there's a Spell Queller, but there's not really much we can do if there is one at this point. So they're just going to get rid of one of our lands here? No, here's Coral Helm. Sure. So, sorry, let's move that. Retreat to Coral Helm. It's a card that was played for a while. It's actually a combo with Renegade, not Renegade Rallier, but that 3 mana tap to search for a creature card. Okay. So now they don't have access to blue mana, so we don't have to worry about anything, and we can just win here. Electrodominance. Holding control this whole time. Uh-huh. So they need to tap a mana, Ghost Quarter their own mana to get a Spell Queller out here. And if they do, kudos. Looks like they might. Okay. Cast. So they need to do this right now. Ghost Quarter themselves. Probably, maybe I should have visioned, because I've been worried about this. Yeah, all right, they did have it. So whenever land enters the battlefield, you can tap or untap a target creature. Oh, interesting. Oh, so they're going to untap their Birds of Paradise. That makes sense, too. I guess they didn't have another island. So, note to self, they only have one island. So then they're going to tap this for white and that for blue. We're going to get Spell Quellered. The cool thing is, now we just need to draw Anger of the Gods. I guess Anger of the Gods anyways, but we just have to remove that. Well, hang on. Leaves the battlefield. So we can do this right. I probably was playing a bit too cautious around Spell Queller, but we ended up working our way into a very good situation. Okay, so always going to hold control because I don't want to accidentally miss out here. Yep. Yep. This is going to go by very slowly, I'm sorry. Cast this. Okay, undo. Float. Float. Eat. 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 And this is how pretty much, not every game goes, but this is how typically how the end game looks for this deck. Okay, F2. We're going to suspend one of these. So now we have, ideally, this would be not a Jace, it would be a... Oh, we should have suspended this first. This was a punt. This was a punt. There's a lot of little things that I just click through, especially when I'm talking. So we should have had one Ancestral Vision suspended before, so they had to discard one more card. All right. Can't do anything else. They have a Retreat to Coral Helm, and we've got a Jace. And they conceded. Okay. So yeah, that's one of the ways to win. Pretty much every way involves concessions. So let's get Rending Volleys in. Anger of the Gods. Tormod's Crypt is actually kind of important. I don't know if we want to run more than one though with Teleria West. God, if I don't remember what that dang card is, I'm gonna have to revoke my Magic Content Creator card. Brian Keebler loves to play with it. It grows +1 for each land in the graveyard. I guess I shouldn't worry about it, actually. Shattering Spree. Nope. So these are the cards. Oops, shit. Sugar. These are the cards that I'm interested in having. What are the cards I don't want? Not many. Kind of want them all. So I think we definitely want the third Anger. And I think I'm going to go 2 Rending Volleys and then get everything else out. Cryptic Command doesn't seem... They're going to try to combo out, and I think their combo is pretty weak to ours unless they're packing sideboarded counterspells, in which case we're going to have a sad, sad time. Could theoretically cut a land. Don't hate that. So situations like these, I'll usually trim 1 of each cantrip. We could trim a Cryptic. Okay. As you can see, like, late game we're going to be all right. It's just about getting there. So trimming a Cryptic kind of makes sense in that regards. We're trimming a Cryptic for an Anger of the Gods, essentially. All right, opponent, we have joined the game. Okay, we have interaction, as foretold, restore balance. They don't have hand disruption, but they do have spell queller, so we do need to worry about that. Ooh, and they've got turn 1 play. Turn 1 plays are one of the worst things this deck can see. This deck sees. We definitely don't want turn 1 play, especially when it's mana ramp. Sure, Tarn go. We know they're playing Tectonic Edges, so they're likely also playing a couple other utility lands for that 3 mana card. Hopefully this is it. Eidolon of Rhetoric. Okay, that shuts down really only one thing. People have been sideboarding that in against me. It's good against Electrodominance, but that's it. Like, we've got As Foretold too. I guess they didn't see it. I'd rather, at this point, hold up a Remand. Remand is pretty dang awesome against an Eidolon, or with an Eidolon on the battlefield. So here's something. So now we can cleanly play As Foretold and get rid of their Eidolon. No more of their lands, though. We could suspend Gargadon and Ancestral Visions here. I don't hate that. Otherwise, we're getting rid of land. I guess, well, we know that they have... Yeah, let's just... So Suspend you. Suspend you. Pass the turn. Really should have used the Cascade bluffs there because now we're doing nothing. So if they just tap out here, we win. This is one of the cool things about this deck, especially against an Eidolon of Rhetoric. There's a path. Don't need it. Take 1 point of damage. Sure. We're going to sandbag this land. Let's stack these triggers appropriately. Oh, man. You can kind of, at least I can feel the opponent's sadness billowing or rising right now. Okay, so restore balance. We don't really get many of their... Oh, shit. Okay. That's your library. I literally almost did this on camera. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Restore balance. We haven't played anything, have we? What am I missing? Did we play something? I don't think we did, right? Let's see. Turn 4 Magikarp. Puts an ability. Player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Why? Is this a bug? Well, just pass the turn, I guess. I wonder. Eidolon of the Rhetoric. I've experienced bugs with it with suspend cards. Maybe it's just because I did something with suspend, like activated an ability. So they have. Oh, here it is. Knight of the Reliquary. That's the card I've been looking for. Okay, so we should be able to cast it now. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, did we cast As Foretold last turn? Yeah, we cast As Foretold last turn. All right, well, that's on me. I'm an idiot. Oh, man. But yeah, Eidolon of the Rhetoric does interact weirdly with Ancestral Vision. All right, let's just go for it. Yep, here it is. Well, this one's on me. This one's on me. Opt. Should have. Can't do that anyways. Should have used the As Foretold. We've already cast 1 spell. I'm getting absolutely railroaded by this Eidolon of Rhetoric. I'm playing right into it. Okay, let's make this a little smaller. We're still alive here thanks to As Foretold, but this Spell Queller is getting us. Now the Reliquary, sure. We need an Anger of the Gods or a Lightning Bolt or something this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 next turn. Yeah, we're dead next turn. Bottom that. Right. Well, we could top it, draw 3 cards, hope to draw something. I guess I don't hate that. We got always yield on all these? I guess not. Okay. There's the Electrodominance. But too little too late, right? 4, 3, 2. I guess we have... No, because we can't cast anything. I think we are just dead. Let's see what they cast here. Coralhelm, sure. Okay, well, now... Yeah, we are just dead here. So we get to opt. Basically, if this card worked... Well, no. Bottom, okay. Gunseat. That one's on me. That was one of those situations where I didn't have to... That's 100% on me. I didn't have to play the As Foretold. We could have just gotten rid of their board and all their lands and then just slowly rebuilt. They were missing lands, and as we can see, they actually didn't end up playing another land. So the game would have played out where I would have drawn these 3 lands, then I could play As Foretold, and then we would slowly grind out a win. That's how the game should have went if I didn't play like butts. Let me know in the comments below how butts that was. Is Shatter... We don't even have Lightning Bolt. Is Blood Moon even is good here? Maybe it is. I think I'm going to actually go down in the Tormod's Crypt because we can make that thing smaller, sure, but with their combo, I think we'd much rather have an extra bolt. Once they've started activating it, it's usually game over. Curtains for us. Sure, this is fine enough. We got 2 parts. We're just looking for the third, and we have a way to interact and a way to get to the third part. Okay. Do we even want the Jace? I don't think so. This is great because we have Lightning Bolt as well. So I'm going to suspend Gargadon and then just bolt this Noble Hierarch. Next turn. Okay, they only have 2. If they have a negate, this is horrendous. So I think I'm just going to wait. Yeah, we won't even play a land. Sandbag them. And if opponent's doing nothing, that's great for us too. I'm fine with that. Letting Gargadon tick down. Yeah, let's do this. Ah, okay. Could go for Restore Balance here, but I don't think we need to. There's a small... I mean, it looked like they have 6, but there's a small chance they're just waiting for the exact... They have 1 negate, and they know they can let an As Foretold resolve as long as they don't let a Restore Balance resolve. Which is right. If they cast anything here more than 2 mana... 2 mana or more. Yeah, okay. Now we should just win here. Okay, unless I... This restore back... The Gargadon Suspend counts as a spell, which it shouldn't. Undo. Let's tap all of our mana. 1, 2, 3. F2, F2, F2. Restore balance. Here we go. Do we want to play anything else? I don't think so. So then we'll just play this land. I suppose we could cycle a Remand here. Actually, I don't hate that. So they got to get rid of 2 more cards. They got rid of 3 lands. Yeah, I am going to cycle a Remand. So we're going to Electrodominance, hold priority, cycle a Remand. Choose me. Done. Remand. Done. Remand is great, but I need the second land. Okay, I like this hand a lot better. I would have definitely traded that Remand for Serum Visions. And it looks like opponent wasn't sandbagging lands, so now it is curtains for them. We have 2 on As Foretold, so we can Remand next turn. Another land is fine. Another Electrodominance is fine. I'll take both of those. And pass the turn. Now we're just waiting for this Gargadon to come off. This is kind of how a lot of games go. Okay, they conceded. People will either try to play out because, you know, it's a prison deck. Why not try to play out of it? There's always like a glimmer of hope. But the game is almost always over as long as you're not playing some sort of weird artifact win condition deck, something that can't, or enchantment, something that something that Restore Balance can't deal with, which it can only deal with your hand and your lands. But yeah, that's that's pretty much how it's supposed to go, as long as you don't punt the game away like I did. All right, that was fun. Ooh, welcome back to Tier Fun, though probably not welcome back because you likely just saw that last match. Welcome to match 2 of Tier Fun. My brain is slowly melting. Yeah, this is pretty much what I like to call, what we in the business call an ideal hand. I think I'm going to save those two. We can Teleria West later. We just need to find lands. We have Anger of the Gods if it happens to be a creature matchup. And worst case scenario, we end up having to Ancestral Suspend on turn 2 for some action. I'm looking for, if I see a Remand, no, even a Remand I don't think I would keep. Opponent mulligan to 6. We just need lands. This is a winner. God, I hope we're playing against Tron. If this is Tron, I'll be so happy. I'll be so happy. You have no idea. This has to be the nightmare matchup for Tron, right? We'll just wait. I've been really impressed with the Teleria West package. Okay, make sure this isn't the same person. Nope. A poor opponent. I think that's better than nothing. Okay, if I'd known we were drawing another one, I would have bottomed it. Ooh, 2 lands. 2 lands. Yeah, we'll keep them both. No, undo. Oh, I hate that they changed that. We wanted to probably just keep 1. And we're going to play this Teleria West. Reason being, we just need 3 lands. So close. So we would have bottomed that second Serum Visions. No, we would have drawn. Yeah, I guess we weren't going to get a land there anyways. But we're guaranteed to have. Oh, it is Tron. It is Tron. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is great. This is great. I hope everyone else out here is about to enjoy this, because this is about to be. Mwah. So let's jam the As Foretold. Let's give ourselves an Ancestral Vision. My ancestors. There's the Restore Balance. Sweet. We can just get rid of a land at this point. Oh, we don't even need to. Oh, opponent. What do they got? 3 mana? Oh, Stone. Well, they'll never have enough lands. So, blue, red. Suspend 1. Press Control. Cast with As Foretold, correct? Yeah, sure. Let's get all of our lands. I was debating if I wanted to cast one of these other spells, but they all replace themselves, so it's kind of pointless. We can do it after. Get rid of this Anger of the Gods. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a Serum Visions, I guess. Actually, an Opt. Serum Visions is better in this situation. Opponent is likely just going to concede here. There are 3 lands behind. No, I guess not. 4 lands to keep. Okay, so Serum Visions, Scalding Tarn. Done. Get that Steam Vents. Yes, I would love to pay life. Cryptic Command, I guess, is pretty dang good. So we'll top that, and we'll top this too, because why not? Top that, top this. And then just keep casting. Top that, top this. Okay, so this game is over. Oh, man. Turn 3 As Foretold versus Tron. I guess it wasn't turn 3 Tron, but... It's like a fine wine. It just keeps getting better the more I think about it. No, I guess that's not a fine wine. What is that? It's like a good memory. It's like deja vu. No, I don't know. I'm too excited. I can't. My brain is not working. Oh, you guys! I can't believe we just did that. Yeah, Tron. What do you do, Tron? Well, you got an O-Stone, which is just enough, right? Having this O-Stone is like, well, we could theoretically get back in this game. They'll never get back in this game. They'll never get back in this game. Because we've got 3 lands for... We'll be able to cast As Foretold, and I think Jace on the same turn from lands and As Foretold, right? Because next turn is 2, and then we'll have 2 lands. The next turn is 3, then we'll have 3 lands. Okay, no, we won't. So we probably should have bottomed that... opponent could see it. We probably should have bottomed that Cryptic command. What was this going to look like? There's the Cryptic, so that was turn 4. So turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. On turn 4, we could play Jace off of As Foretold and then Brainstorm. Well, regardless, we were winning that game. Let's go. Okay, so Blood Moon. We don't need the Anger of the Gods. We will take a Blood Moon because why not? Tormod's Crypt can get out. And then I guess we just bring in 2 Shattering Sprees because we need to have cards in here. But it's not like I'm in love with them. This is it. If your metagame is full of Tron, you have my blessing. Play this deck. Go forth and conquer. Like, what's Tron supposed to do against, I guess, just kind of the same thing everyone else does against Tron is hope they don't have it. If we don't have it, now they do have ways to get rid of enchantments, you know, but they don't have any ways to interact with instants or spells. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to keep this. I wish we had a Remand, but we're just an Electrodominance away. We still might lose. They have a pretty good start. Oof. I should probably lean on these Spire Bluffs, but we'll save those for later if need be. I just want to thin the deck, even though, you know, it doesn't mean much. Okay, looks like we're getting turn 3 Troned. Our only hope is that they don't have something... This has to... Yeah, Sylvan Scrying. Okay, well, they had a nut draw, we had a nut draw. Let's see whose nuts are better. We'll just get an island. Don't think it matters. Actually, it does matter. This is actually a really bad punt. So next turn they have it. I think we do want this. There are some scenarios where this is going to save our... Oh, what a punt. I cannot believe I just did that. So I wanted to fetch... No. Oh, we had him again. I wanted to fetch Steam Vents because I don't know why I did that. I really don't. Most of the time I make punts and I'm like, oh, I got caught on the wrong train of thought or I wasn't thinking. Whoa. So when Spine of Ishos put in the graveyard, return to its owner's hand. Okay. Well, that's pretty bad for us. But it's not the end of the world. We can still dominance next turn. Oh, they have something else? If it's another Spine, that's fine. I hope it's another Spine. Wormcoil, little harder to deal with, but it's not the end of the world. So we can take 6 here. I don't hate taking... Well, crud. I just realized we can't get rid of any of their lands. Ugh. I guess we're gonna Electrodominance and then I don't know, hope. We're saving 6 life this way. Six, 7, -2. So we get rid of one of their cards. We get to bolt them for 1, which is something. Next turn we can ask foretold, restore balance again if need be. But I think we're probably just going to Shattering Spree. We could have spreed there, I suppose. Oh man. So if we rip a Gargadon, we're fine. I guess that's where we're at, huh? Oh, Spine of Isha totally got me. Actually, getting this island really got me because we'd have a red source. We wouldn't have ever had to go beyond 3 lands. Oh, do they have a Planeswalker? If they have a Planeswalker, I'll just concede. They had back-to-back. That's not so bad. Another balance, eh? So I'll play a land. We can Shattering Spree pass. 1, 2, 3. We can get rid of 1 card in their hand, take 6 next turn, and then Shattering Spree. I mean, I guess. I guess we don't get any cards in their hand this way. Okay, we can take damage. Oh, I wanted to play that land for this Cryptic Command. Punts everywhere today. Okay. So we get rid of 1 mine now with this balance. Looks like they're out. Oh my god, they're not out. Another Spine. They get the Ask Foretold here. That's not game over, but it's pretty close. There you are, Remand. All right, so Shattering Spree, boop, replicate once. Okay. And we should have Remand up if I'd played that land last turn. Like a dummy, I did not. We're not out of it. I mean, we're kind of in a surprisingly good position for how bad of a position we are, if that makes any sense. We just have to fade this 1 turn. They've ripped through a lot of stuff. 2 Spines, 2 Worm Coil Engines, and an Oblivion Stone. I guess they discarded that. They don't have any green mana. Okay, they have green mana. Now it's really bad. So now they can maintain. We need a Gargadon. We need a we needed them to have nothing this turn, and they have something, which sucks. And then we need to have a Gargadon and a Restore Bound and a As Foretold or an Electrodominance. Jeez, it's a huge creature too, and my punt is really killing us. Oh, it's Ugin. That's not the end of the world. So we're going to take 3 more from Ugin, and then next end step we will Cryptic Command bounce it. I think is our game plan here. This is colored permanents, right? Yeah. Okay. This has been an interesting game, at least. At this point, I don't think it matters if we play or don't play lands. I hope they don't have something else. Well, I guess as long as it's not the Eldrazi. Oblivion Stone. At this point, doesn't matter. They've had such a good hand. Sure. Why did I just do that? I FT'd right through that. That's so unfortunate. All right, so we're still fine. Do we Teleria West or anything? I don't think so. So I assume they're going to put fate counters. It doesn't really matter. There's no way. As Foretold, basically just As Foretold doesn't do it now. Well, I think we have to unsummon that, don't we? What a mess. What a mess of things I've made. Because it's -10, right? Yeah. So this game has been a total catastrophe. I think we'd actually still be relatively close to being in it. Yeah, and then if we'd done that during our main phase, we could play this land. Wow. Take a little time off. You play like butts. 2 butts. So here's Ugin, which we could have remanded if we had done this anywhere near a certain... Okay. Well, I guess they have more than enough mana for it. Anywhere near good sequencing. So we're dead next turn, and nothing really stops us, right? Because we can't remove that. It's funny that, like, not the best draw and the worst possible play. How good of a matchup this is, we're still vaguely in this game. There's the Gargadon. I think that's too little too late, though. Because we can't remove that, so... Onwards to the next game. That's just more magic for you guys, though, you know. Don't worry about my punts. Don't worry about them. It's just fun, educational experiences for everyone. Yeah, Shattering Spree actually was pretty fine. I don't think I would change it for anything, so let's just have a better draw, huh? Or play better. All right. Regardless of what happens here, we'll put together a good game of Magic for you, because that last one was enough to lose some subscribers, if you know what I mean. All right. Do we have any more coffee? Oh no, I'm out of coffee. Oh, I'm going to be setting up a P.O. box soon. I know one person has reached out about sending me some brown water. So when I get that, I'll make that public, at least on Twitter, maybe here too. Do some funny unboxings live if you send me funny stuff. If you want to troll me incredibly hard and send me gross things, I will not be happy, but I'll understand it. All right, opponent. I don't know what about that game has made them feel like they need to totally change up their sideboarding strategy, right? Maybe they realized the spines weren't that good. Maybe they went back through their calculator brain and was like, you know, if he had just fetched a Steam Vents, he might have just been able to kill me on turn 2. It wouldn't have killed him, fair enough, but they ended up not drawing another Tron land, another duplicate Tron land, or at least they never played one. Who knows what was in their hand. So I think getting rid of 2 lands there, or even just 1 land, would have been good. Oh man, what a this is why, like, the Teleria West package is great, but this hand is the exact reason why there are some downsides. I think we have to mulligan this. As crazy as that sounds. Because we're not doing Electrodominance to turn 3. It's only getting rid of... I mean, we don't have the Gargadon. Yeah, I think we got a mulligan that. This is even worse. But if we have a single land on top, we get to scry. I think I'm going to keep this one just on the back of Remand and Blood Moon. So we have 20 other lands. 3, 4, 5, 6 of which are islands or Teleria Wests. So 14 out of 54. Oh man, those odds aren't great, are they? Do we mulligan? This hand's too good. I'm willing to gamble on this hand. We got the Gargadon. Yeah, this hand's too good. Like if we had just one, if we had a land in this hand, this is pretty much the nut. The nut. All right, opponent. If opponent doesn't come here to play this game with me in very short time, I'm going to have to pause this. Okay. They mulliganed. We're keeping. Oh. Game over. Calling it. But Andrew, you've got to draw a third land for As Foretold. We'll deal with that later. Game's over. Ooh, they're giving me a Tron land right off the bat. Yeah, we're going to save the remand. We got a land on top. We know we have a land on top. It's not the end of the world if we don't have a land. We have remand. And it'll incentivize them to play more lands, which is what we are looking for. Get that Gargadon out of here. Always yield to the Gargles. Come on, land. Oh. Sure. Let's go for it. So they might be able to get rid of my As Foretold here, but I think I'm fine with no lands, them having no lands, them having 2 cards in hand, and we have Remand Blood Moon, plus a Gargadon on 6. If they have like a Nature's Claim here, that's pretty good for them, though. I'm not going to lie. There it is, yep. They were going to have that eventually, though. So we're starting over, and they only have 2 cards in hand. I like those odds. This is also another way. Okay, we got Forest, Ugin, Urza's Mine. They have a land. Oh boy, that's not good. Oh, and they have an expedition map. Land. This is how a lot of games end up going. Like, it's open for debate if this is good for Magic, right? Because, oh man, what a nightmare this has to be. Oh, okay. 2 forests. Fine with that. This Gargadon's going to come off suspend. Ooh. Now we have that counting down too. So we know they don't have any Tron lands in hand. We also know they're... Okay, now they only need 1 Tron land. That's just how easy it is. Remand. I mean land. Always yield. Land. Oh, no. 3 turns. They've got... Okay, they didn't go for it. I guess they're waiting to draw the other Tron land before they go for it. So when they crack Expedition Map, that's when we have to be worried about Tron again. Their land is more land. Their deck is more land heavy than ours, so they're more likely to draw lands. We just need 3. I mean, I might, depending on how dire the situation is, I might send this off. Okay, now, all right, now I'm feeling good. Still no Tron land. All right, so now they'll get rid of the Expedition Map. Or pop the map. This is going to be close. Yeah, we'll play that. So we remand whatever they play, jam a Blood Moon, and just hope they don't have another Nature's Claim. Here I am talking up this deck. It's such a great Tron matchup, and we're still like, we could have swung in for 7 there, for 9 there. Maybe that was correct. But I want to keep my lands. World Breaker. Okay, that's probably the worst possible spell to see because it gets one of our lands. So now we have to rely... Okay, we drew one. I was going to say, now we have to rely on Ancestral Vision getting us a land next turn. But we got a Gargadon coming down. I like our odds. Gargadon, end this game, please and thank you. Ancestral Vision, please make this game a whole lot easier to win. Please and thank you. Come on, we can't lose this game. Alrighty. No lands, huh? We'll be able to Electrodominance next turn with this here Blood Moon. Do they have another Nature's Claim? That would be horrendous if they do. Alright, we can get rid of that. They do. Holy crap. I guess I could have just held up Remand. They were just going to eat through my lands if that was the case. Oh, this is crazy. 7, 8, 9? That's too much. Thankfully, this is 10 mana, so it can't be... Like, it can be Karned. If Karn comes down, we are actually going to lose this game. If it's not Karn, though, we're going to be fine. God, if it's Karn. Oh, no. So they're going to scry for a Sanctum of Ugin and then get Karn, I guess? We just need to draw land. So they get Sanctum of Ugin, then they play whatever that card is. The World Breaker. No, they're just getting a tower. Huh. Here's World Breaker. World Breaker gets my red source. I think we're just going to hold up Remand. Wow. No blocks from opponent. Especially when they could have gotten another tower and just gotten rid of it. Like, what is up with that? Attack? No. Okay, we can opt here. We do have to bottom that, sadly. Okay. Yeah. Now we attack. So I guess their game plan is to just cast it again next turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it does play around Remand. They have to block. But they also have to get rid of a card. So no, they won't be able... They won't, unless they have another tower, I think. They won't be able to play the World Breaker again. God, a Kingdom for a Lightning Bolt. So 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they need another tower. I guess they're not going to sacrifice the tower. Just okay, well now they need a forest, which is even harder to come by. Oh, man. What a freaking game. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, they have it in the forest. So 1, 2, 3, 4... 5? Wait. 3, 6. How did I miscount that so brutally? Game? 3, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 5. Ancient Stirrings. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought they could recast it after I counted it as 6, and I think it's 7. Yeah, that was it. Yes. Oh man, I would have felt I made that game so much harder than it had to be. We should have probably won game 2. Game 3 though was an epic battle, and I'm kind of glad we got it on camera. So apologies for punting away game 1, but game 3 I hope was worth the price of admission. So it's not like this is a 100-0 matchup. Tron does have outs, especially when they have multiple lands, and they can get rid of our as foretold, which Tron is uniquely equipped to do with all these nature's claims. It becomes a game. It becomes a game. Tron showed me something there. Honestly, I'd steamrolled through Tron before that, but yeah. Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for the third and potentially final round of Electrodominance, Restore Dominance in Modern. I mean, sure. Sounds fine. Play Teleria West. Hold up Remand next turn. Opponent mulligan to 5. That seems great too. Hopefully it's Tron again. Oh man, I'm still... I know for you guys, you just finished that. And I did too. It's just like my heart is pumping from that Tron match. I don't know why. I just really didn't want to lose that one, you know? Anytime you punt... Ooh, is this Jund? Oh, Bump in the Night. Oh, that's not good. That's quite bad, actually. Red source? I think we're going to just hold up Remand here. They're going to cast something, ideally. I'm really not liking Bump in the Night here. That means, not like it's a bad card or anything. It's just that it means we're playing against an aggressive, burn-heavy deck. Plus, this is a sorcery, not an instant. So our Dispel package in the sideboard isn't going to be great. Let's just Remand that. Hope we get a land. Okay, they don't have any lands. That's good for us. The only thing good going for us here. Land? I think I'm going to Serum Visions here. Okay. We don't need this Electrodominance currently. We do need this red source. Serum Visions. We don't need the second Teleria West, I don't think. We'll take an opt. Let's suspend this Ancestral. Cast that. Just want to make our hand as small as humanly possible, because we're not going to be able to get many of their lands as it currently stands. I might be in the Remand for a few turns phase of the game, depending on what that is. Ugh. That's really hard for us to combat. Well, we don't want to cast Ancestral here, that's for sure. Two, 4. We get balance. 2, 4. Attacks for 6. Their hand is 7. Sorry, 8. We're down to 9. I think that's our game plan. I don't like it. We really do. If we can get... I wish we could search for it. If we could get a freaking Gargadon, that would be the bee's knees. All right. Yeah, we just need a Gargadon. If we get a Gargadon, I feel safe. Gargadon is the best card in burn matchups. Gargadon plus Restore Balance. We really need... You mostly always want one anyways, but you definitely want one. They even played a land for us. That's nice. You definitely want one. It's one of our only ways to win game one. This is three or less. Okay, so if we draw Cryptic or Jace, that's not the end of the world. Jace would actually be pretty good here. So Lava Spike, 2 to you, 3 to us, tied. We're going to keep this also. You can sacrifice artifacts to Gargadon. Another reason why it's okay to run this main deck. Wow. That's bad for us. That's very bad. So now we're taking 4-8. Gargadon. Gargadon isn't even that good here now. Ugh. I think we just got to pop the balance, take 8. It's not even that good, though. It just gets rid of the Eidolons. Bone it, please. Okay. Wow. Anger. That'd be pretty great right now. Four, 8, down to 4, 2 cards in hand. I don't like my odds. If we had 2 red sources, I'd play the anger. But here we go. Yeah, Gargadon, not having a Gargadon is going to be the difference in this game. We're going to get rid of these 2 cards. No, we're going to get rid of anger as well. But do we want to show them anger? We need, I think we need both of these. All right, how much is Bump of the Night? 6. They're never going to get to that. We're either dead here or we're not. Oh, I can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. The stress. The stress. Ah, it's probably from all this coffee. Yep, it's all gone. Lava Spike, sure. Let's see what they were waiting on. Another Lava Spike. Classic burn tank. Like, yep, I've got the win right here. Oh, great. Thanks for wasting 30 seconds of both of our lives. All right, so we didn't see a single... No, we saw the lightning bolt. So I mean, we just got to bring it in anyways. Who cares about Tormod's Crypt? Lightning bolts probably necessary, and I think also Anger of the Gods. Cryptic, I think is just fine. We have to keep Jason. Remand, not great, but we do need to cycle still. Could be that we don't need all of these. Do we need 6? Electrodominance is still good. Gargadon's still good. So I'm just going to cut 2 of these. We could cut Vision. Or trim. Then if we trim there, I think in an ideal world, we would trim a couple Visions and maybe an As Foretold. I think As Foretold's too good. Maybe an Electrodominance. But I think I'm going to trim down on an Anger. 1 Vision. We might need Electrodominance. 2 Remands. Sure. It's weird sideboarding. Cryptic Command's in there. Actually, we probably should have taken out Cryptic. It was in there because it's a counterspell that doesn't lose to... Well... This is a losing hand. We get turn 2 Ancestral Vision. Not that good. But maybe it's good enough. All right. I'm not happy about this hand. But drawing 3 cards is pretty powerful, even if it takes 2 cards to do that. Not the best rate. It's kind of like, honestly, this hand's like seeing 1 less As Foretold and a, if we were running Faithless Looting, this is kind of a Faithless Looting hand. Oh, man. Burn is a rough matchup. And if you're playing in your local meta game and you start seeing decks like these around, burn is rough for them as currently constructed. Goblin Guide, sure, we'll let Goblin Guide attack us because we don't need to fetch here, but we can let it scry for us, see if we want to fetch. Anger of the Gods. Yeah, we'll keep it. Won't fetch again. I think we get Mountain actually. So since we can only scry once, we might as well fetch here. Mountain. Serum Visions. Don't care for that. This is a cool black-red burn list. Prove of the opponent's list. Skewer the Critics. Cool. Skewer, another good card from Ravnica. Ravnica Allegiance. That I guess you couldn't do a pre-combat. Okay, so they have 4 cards left. We're at 10. Boomba Boomba. Yep, a lot of clicking for Electrodominance. Draw 3, hopefully rip Gargadon is something. I think we got a I think we have to anger. We're in a rough spot though, regardless of what's going on. Next turn will be alright if we rip a balance, but we have to rip balance. If we rip balance though, big if. Bump, please. Not 2 more burn spells. Eidolon, give me a break. Balance. Balance. Has to be balance. Has to be balance here. Oh, what a rip. All right, so we go to 4. Yeah, we're just done. Eidolon is too good. Electrodominance for 2. Go to 2. Draw 3. Drew nothing. Yeah, when we didn't Ancestral in anything, we were dead. We needed, maybe I needed to just not keep that hand. Exquisite Firecraft. Good way to end. Cool list from opponent. I'm a fan of that list. Tarn. Yeah. Burn's a rough matchup, but that was a bad hand and a bad draw for us. And they had a good one. The only way we can really win, as presently constructed, is to get an early anger, which we did. Hope they don't have a burn spell every turn, which they did. And have an early Gargadon, Restore Dominance. But Them's the breaks, and you know what that means. We'll play another match. Bo! Here we are for the final round with Restore Dominance. And this is a hand I'll keep. We've got a balance, always good. We have a Jace, also always good. And we have plenty of lands and a Serum Visions. Pretty good looking hand. Pretty good looking hand indeed. A handsome hand for a handsome lad. This is for all you mad lads out there. Alright, let's stop being crazy and play Magic. Oof. Bottom. Sorry, Ancestral. Love you. But not today. Not with this hand. Opponent wished us Gilf. We'll give him a Gilf right back. GLHF. Star Slayer. People say I look like Star Lord, so perhaps this is the end for me. I do love seeing Temple Garden, though. This is great against Temple Garden decks. Boggle. Oh no. Should have known. They wished me GLHF. All right, well. Now we just have to rip balance. This has to be an incredibly awful matchup. Actually, no, I did play it once. It wasn't this version. It was the blue-green version with Eldrazi Conscription. And we just totally curb stomped them. Like, we can just rip an anger here and win. Gargadon's surprisingly great against them if they don't have a quick draw. And we can just rip a balance here and be fine. Bounce. Or, sorry, Cascade Effect? Not a Cascade Effect. Electrodominance / as foretold. Oof. Oof, that was close. We still didn't get it. What's the play here? I guess we'll just transmute for... We probably will only need one of these. Ancestral Vision. But, I mean, this is the only way we lose, is not having enough of those. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 3 turns from now, if we want to sacrifice all of our lands, we can get there. Honestly, another reason to fetch the balance there, even though opponent should likely know something's up with the Gargadon and the Teleria West Transmute, is to maybe make them think twice about going all in here. Literally, like we could get Ancestral Vision and entice them into going all in, but I think we need to just try to find one of our enablers. I think that's first and foremost, and then hopefully it's an as foretold. Like next turn we can slam Jace and Brainstorm. That'll be pretty good. But I think we're as it stands right now, we're at a very high high risk of getting Star Slayered. Getting boggled. All right, F6. Spirit Link, sure. I already F6'd. I don't know why it's letting me respond still. Just sit back, relax. Put our fate in the hands of the magic gods. We have 8 rips, and we have 3... Well, Jace is only going to get to Brainstorm once. We could, I guess, unsummon the Spirit Dancer. We'll see what they do. Yeah, I guess we should unsummon the Spirit Dancer. That's a decent amount of damage. And we get rid of two enchantments. So that worked pretty well for us. If they had put it on the Bogue Man, we'd be... They don't even attack with it. Interesting. We'd be a little more scared. Always yield. Well, there's Electrodominance. We can wait another turn. Hopefully they play land first. Yep. So we get that land. Hopefully they play out some enchantments here. I suppose letting them draw isn't the best, but I like this. I like this line of play too much. It's too soul sucking. Let them commit as much as they want to the board. Whenever this player does combat damage, you may draw a card. Sure. If they have a frickin'... If they have main deck Spell Pierce, though, I'll be so sad. Oh, well. I made this bet. I can lie in it. This seems like a pretty good matchup for Restore Balance. I'm not going to lie. What? Oh, 1, 1, 2. Sure. I was tempted to play around Spell Pierce there, but I'm not gonna, because obviously they don't have it. All right, this is game over. You guys ever wanted to see a Boggle player cry? I have. That's why I'm playing this deck. All right, I'm gonna go all the way to the block step. That's how soul-sucking I want to be here. Okay, Electrodominance, you, blue, red, holding control the whole time. Done. Get rid of all your lands. F2, F2, F2. I'll cast the Restore Balance. GG, well played. So we get to play Teleria West next turn, tapped. We get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 permanents. Pretty good turn. I didn't play it tapped. I literally just said it. Playing so poorly today. I'm sorry, guys. If we draw another land, though, I'll be happy. Oh, opponent just did well. They have a land, which means they're likely to have another Boggle. We do have another Restore Balance, though. We also have an Anger of the Gods. It's not going to be impossible for them to grow their Boggle out of Anger range because we were greedy with our Restore Balance. We cannot play that because we tapped horrendously last turn. Okay. High number is good here. Means they can survive a Gargadon block. Land. Please have no justice. No justice in the world. Draw land. We didn't draw land. Blue. Let's opt. Land is good. If they tap out, there's a very small chance they have a Path to Exile, but if they tap out, we will go for the Gargadon here. Okay, we're going for the Gargadon if they attack. 1, 2. Gargadon is kind of an unfair Magic card. So we get 1, I think, Umbra here. I'm actually not sure. Usually, I don't know how this works. I very rarely get to block a double Umbra creature and have it die. Not often do I have 9/7s. Okay. Opponent ruining the day. They sleeved up Bogles, hopefully. I don't mean it. Bogles players, they're mad. Everyone's Magic players. Everyone's welcome here. All right, just 1. We'll suspend that. They could have a path. So I'm going to attack. They need to have been sandbagging a land and a path. No, not even a land. I don't know why I said land. Okay, so they're attacking, so that means they probably have path. Okay, no. Always yield. Land would be nice. They don't have a path, or else they would have blocked or attacked last turn. 9-7, ladies and gentlemen. So, oh, they do have a path? Wow, I did not expect that. Pretty interesting, actually, that they didn't just go for it. Now they're going to probably feel safe, but sadly for them, we have as foretold, restore balance. They do keep their lands. We lose one of ours, but that's the breaks. When is this coming off? 3, so it'll be 2. So 1, 2, 3, as foretold. Cast with 0 counters. We will keep those 2 lands. Get rid of all of opponent's shenanigans. We're going to keep the land and the anger of the gods just in case. We should keep the Jace, though, shouldn't we? So we're going to keep Jace land. Opponent has another, yet another. A slippery boggle. They're fighting. Now I wish we had that anger. So 1, 2. We could just be dead here because I discarded that anger. I'm going to inspire them to not attack me. We will not put that in the bottom. Anything that's not an enchantment that kills me. We don't have many draws left. We have 4 next turn. We need a Gargadon, and even that's not going to do it. I guess we need another balance. Wow. This opponent has Unknown plus Boggle. What a greedy... It's almost like I don't want to win, right? It's kind of how it feels like I'm playing today. So they can kill us before we ultimate Jace. And they're drawing a card here. So they have to attack us to draw the card. They're likely just going to attack us. I don't see any reason not to. So we can draw a Teleria West, one of the 2. So we have 3 Teleria Wests, 2 Restore Balances. Not much else, though. Cryptic Command's pretty good, actually. So here comes the Bogue. Always yield. Gargadon's good. Let's brainstorm. We only need one of these. So let's put them. So this one, then this one. Play Serum Visions. Cast. So we draw. There's Restore Balance. Okay, sweet. Bottom, top. Suspend you. I almost made a boo-boo. Cast you. I literally almost made the biggest mistake. I almost used my as foretold for the turn. Okay, so float that. Sacrifice. 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 So we've almost fought through all their Bogles, I feel like. We could suspend one of these? Nah, let's just cast it. We do have to get rid of a card, so I guess we should have suspended one of them. I'm not worried about cards at this point. We're going to keep both of these. Opponent cursing the day. F6. So yeah, it was a little unfortunate use of our mana there. We probably could have Serum Visions as well. Just looking for a land, maybe. I don't know. They have another land. What else? Do they have another Boggle? If they have another Boggle, I'm going to flip. Okay, they don't. No reason to +2 on them. We could +2 on ourselves, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. We're drawing 3 this turn anyways. If they didn't have a fetch land, we'd be +2. No, we would love that card. So actually, we can Electrodominance, draw 3 next turn on their turn, thanks to As Foretold. This is pretty great. We do have to be careful about decking, but I think opponent's not going to concede, obviously, so we just have to rely on... Ooh. That's a good play for opponent. It's a very good play for opponent. They might just win if they have land. Land and +1. Okay, sweet. They don't have it. Oh, man. If they had killed us right there, that would have been insane. Great match from the Bogles opponent. See what they attack. Me, I assume. Yep. We're just going to unsummon that next turn. Cast with As Foretold. Choose me. Choose me. Land? Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's just unsummon it. Suspend another Garg. Pass the turn. We could have played an Anger of the Gods there. That's probably better use of our resources. But I'm actually going to unsummon this on their end step and draw a card. Okay, we can As Foretold with As Foretold. Oh, okay. I'm not even going to play that cantrip, or that Scalding Tarn. Cast with As Foretold. Nope, they can have that. So we'll Anger of the Gods at next turn. And just slowly... How many Garganons? Okay, we're not too far away from Garging. Yep, this is fine. Put those triggers on the stack. Don't crash game. Alright, so let's cast that. +2 on you. No, you are welcome to have that. And pass it down. So for some reason they have mana here. They were able to cast something. We'll counter it. All right. Well, looks like we find this one was a little scary, only because I discarded that Anger like an absolute noob. Triggers resolve. Triggers resolve. Do we win? All right, so let's play that. Sacrifice it. Whoop. Cast it. Could have won with the Jace Ultimate next turn, but let's just get on with these matches. All right, for Bogles, I think we just want another anger. Everything else is fine. This is not target player, right? Each player, okay. We don't need Tormod's Crypt. Do I want a Blood Moon? Blood Moon's actually pretty good at locking them out. Over an opt? Sure. All right. I'm actually going to pause right here and go to the bathroom because I really have to pee. Okay, I'm back from having to use the bathroom. Well, we're just missing the balance. I'm sure they're going to have all of the ley lines in the world. Opponent mulligan to 6. And kept a card on top. All right. This is literally only a keep because of this Serum Visions. It's got a lot of exciting cards otherwise, but nothing I'm really jumping up. Nothing that's like super exciting that makes me want to keep it otherwise. Whew, okay. Teleria West. Well, I do want 3 lands, so I guess we keep one of these, bottom the other one. Could have also been a little riskier with our Serum, because we have a Serum Visions, but I think this game's going to be pretty easy to win with one Teleria West. Well, this is going to make it a little harder, especially if they have a creature. I thought they were just casting something unimportant, but if they have a Boggle plus an enchantment here, this is going to put a good clock on us. If it's just core Spirit Dancer, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Untapped land? Nope. Well, we gotta restore balance though. Now I'm wondering if I should have suspended Gargadon turn 1. Because I want to get rid of these lands, because that will help them accelerate their mana. Opponent's asking me about the Greater Gargadon. What? I don't understand what they're asking, actually. Oh, I think they're asking how I can cast the suspend card. Okay, well now we're definitely... We're definitely having to go... Ooh. Are we just dead? We have to find a red source here. Wow, what a rip. What a rip. Jeez. Oh, these Teleria Wests almost killed us. And then we just had the freaking opt of the gods. Yeah, I'll let them draw cards. Well, yeah, I mean, they're already drawing the cards. We have Electrodominance for restore balance this turn. Hopefully, as foretold, into something good next turn. We have Teleria West if need be. We will totally be using that. Okay, so let's get rid of Teleria West. Sorry. Oh, wait. Let's choose the lands we keep. No one gets rid of any lands. Okay, opponent F6 that turn. That's good for us. So since they didn't do anything, and we drew a third land, let's get the As Foretold down. Well, yeah. No, we should actually go for... If we transmute, that means we have... Because if next turn they play some... Yeah, we have to transmute here. We need the safety valve because they can put out a lot of stuff next turn. Okay. Because we're at 8. If we weren't at 8, we could take a turn off and As Foretold. I guess it's the same thing either way, right? Maybe that was worse. Let's pass. I'm going to Electrodominance, casting Serum Visions, and dealing 1 to them. Hopefully they sleeve this bad boy up too. If they don't attack, if they don't put any enchantments on it, we'll take the 1 and go all the way. Do it on end step. 1, 2, 3. Rancor, eh? We can get rid of this forever, but I think I'm okay. The fact that they tapped extra mana there means I think they've got something here. Ooh, another Rancor. Now the question is, do they have one more? I think they do. That's my read. Is my read right? It is. Okay. So we could have got rid of a Rancor there, but this is better. This is the greedy line. We could have just As Foretolded and then... Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. We have to cast this Restore Balance. For some reason, I think this is like automatically like they're attached. So we can't cast the Serum Visions here, but we can Restore Balance. Stuck with 2 lands yet again. This Utopia Sprawl is doing work for our opponent. So we get Gargadon, Serum Visions next turn. Hopefully that'll buy us something. I think I'm still doing it because we need Gargadon down. Teleria West is actually pretty important for us here. Opponent says that deck is gross, and I don't disagree. I almost forgot to play land. That would have been bad. Fingers crossed they don't play anything this turn. If we'd had an As Foretold down, this game would be academic. I really should have played it. One, two, three, four, 5. So they have 2 Rancors in hand. Here's one. Don't have another. If they have a white thing here, this is bad. Okay. So 3, 4, 5. We still might be dead here. That's the worst part. Yep. So I may have killed us by taking that weird line earlier. I have tested with this deck, though it obviously doesn't seem like it. Rancor, if they have another thing, we have lost. Solely because of my Puntos. Spearmental. Yeah. Actually, no, Rancor's just 6, so we're okay. Ooh, okay. I'm I'm making these games way harder than they have to be, but I guess it's a testament to the deck, right? That we're still doing well. Restore balance. And we have to go for it here. Question is, do we want another card out of their hand? I don't know. I guess, yeah, we do. We're gonna go down to 0. Resolve these triggers. Cast the As Foretold. Pass the turn. This should be it. Opponent down on lands. They do have 2 Rancors in hand. Whew. But yeah, if we had played the As Foretold earlier, we would have our mana up. We wouldn't have had to sweat this turn. We would have just been able to have the turn we cast As Foretold, cast or transmute Teleria West. Teleria West showing its power though. The Teleria package is good. So this is going to be their creature land. Oh, it's not the creature land. It's good for us. So now we have As Foretold at 2 and Remand. We'll be able to get this off pretty soon. Okay. It's not, I mean, we're not doing great. We need that Jace. Thankfully, opponent, we know they don't have a Boggle, or at least a 2-mana Boggle, or 1-mana Boggle, sorry. Hopefully they play Core Spirit Dancer here. Because we have to remand whatever they play. We're at 2 life. Decide to do nothing. Love it. They should have fetched one of these. Oh, yeah. They just said wrong land, which is probably meant to be land. I want to play this other As Foretold, but we're not going to. One of these lands definitely should have been their creature land. Okay. We'll remand it. Oh, that's great. That's the literal best draw. So now we can play this As Foretold and then Ancestral Visions. And this goes down to 1, which hopefully this is artifact, creature, or land. Alright, so cast with As Foretold. Cast with As Foretold. There's the land. Okay. Suspend again. So if they have a path, they can beat us. I mean, they can't. They shouldn't be able to beat us because we have remand. I'm gonna remand that. I just don't want them to be able to do anything weird. I want to tap them out. So it looks like they do have a path. Do we still go for it? Yeah. No? No, we don't. We'll take the 1. 1 is basically 2 at this point. We might need the land, honestly. Anger of the Gods. What a rip. So now we're free to attack. Interesting. They're just representing path. Pretty awesome of them. All right. We finally stabilized, I think. This should be it. We got Remand in hand, 2 Electrodominances, which could, if we just keep drawing lands, will be burn spells. Utopia Sprawl. Well, what do we care more about? I think we care more about the next thing. Ancestral Vision would be great. God, this is such a crazy game. Oh, that's all they had? What's the chosen color? Green, okay. Oops, I meant to auto-yield to this a while ago. That's my bad, guys. Teleria West. Yeah, let's play it. The game's over next turn. As is. So they have the path here. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I think we're going to actually remand here. That's a great draw. Put them to 5. And now they have to path this next turn. As foretold was 6. Targeting us. Do we play this? We already played land. Okay. So blue, we might draw another cantrip. Jace, oof. Bottom, I think this Blood Moon's actually pretty good too. Okay, that should be it. Not 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, it's not going to be it. They're going to be able to path this. Okay. Need a land enchantment. Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do there is untap, play Blood Moon. That would have dropped this Utopia Sprawl off. Blood Moon off of As Foretold, play the Steam Vents, Electrodominance for 2, the Satyr Enchanter, bingo, bango, bongo, attack in, GG! So yeah, the deck is, as you can see, a lot of fun. Really degenerate, in a word. It's a little bit of a glass cannon right now, and I do think there are better builds to be found. I haven't found a better build. I'm pretty happy with this one. Cryptic Command's main deck, kind of just as an escape, get out of jail free card. As you can see, like, I think looking at this deck, at least for me, looking at this deck on paper, it's like, okay, I see what it's trying to do, but I don't know, how reliable is it? As you can see, we get to go off unless we're under pressure from burn. Pretty much every game I've played outside of against burn, we've been able to go off, and the deck, as a proof of concept, it works. Honestly, it's very powerful too. It's not necessarily metagame dominating, but it has a lot of good matchups, a few bad matchups. Basically, if your burn is number 1, public enemy number 1, far and away, we can deal with creature-based aggro because we have a whole lot of removal, pre and post board. We have 4 board wipes and redundancy to get them. Ancestral Vision, as I said earlier, a little bit of a nombo on the face of things. But, man, does it make this deck go. Once you can get an Ancestral Vision off, I feel like, most of the time with Ancestral Vision's deck, once you get one off, you feel like you can't lose. But this one, very much so. This is kind of like a more punishing version of Splinter Twin, I almost want to say. A little bit of hyperbole for sure, but it's like a 2-card combo, quote unquote, though this one's more of a 3-card combo. And you have the nice little counter suite to help you get there. And boy, does the 8 cantrips plus the 4 Ancestral Visions, they really do a lot of work. Teleria West, unsung. Maybe we don't want 4. There were definitely times where I wish this was the land. But once we get to 3 mana, Teleria West is one of the better cards in the deck almost always, as long as you're not drawing, these bad boys. And we didn't get to do a Jace win, sadly, but Jace, as you can see, doubles his card advantage, defense, and a win condition. Very good in this deck. Though you can build it without him, I do think the deck probably gets a little worse without Jace. You probably run a couple of Ralzerics instead, and that Ralzeric is pretty good on an empty board too. It's just not quite as good as Jace, basically only because it costs 4 mana it costs 5 instead of 4. But yeah, I think go out there, brew it up, grind on your own time. Let me know what you think about the deck. Have your own visions of it. Shoot it back my way or enter some leagues. This is a good strategy, good starting point. I'm really excited to see what the community has for these decks going forward. As I said earlier, my next Electrodominance deck is going to be a fair version. We're going to definitely pair it with Ancestral, but it'll probably be Teamer. I think 4 mana Electrodominance, deal 2 damage, put in a Tarmogoyf sounds pretty awesome. Or, yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans you can get. Sideboard-wise, I think we could use some work. Maybe we just need negates instead of Dispel because, I don't know, because of sorcery speed burn also being a pain. I think of the burns also, black-red burn is harder for us because at least we can gets Boros Charm, whereas black-red doesn't even run Boros Charm. Also, I think the original deck list was running 3 relics. I didn't mind having the 3rd relic be a Tormod's Crypt, but that might be something you want to look into as well. Tier Fun, stamp of approval, awesome deck, awesome time. I've been loving Ravnica Allegiance in Modern. I've been loving it so far. I think it's been a nice little mix-up for the format. I don't know if this deck catches on or a deck like it catches on. I know people are playing it with Living End as well. But if a deck like this catches on, maybe I won't be so happy about it in the future because playing against this is a nightmare. I'll just say it. It's a nightmare. But yeah, good deck, good fun. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Tier Fun, signing off. Everybody have a great day. I'm out. Bye.